Okay, we're going to get into this next story about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And for those who are not aware, it hasn't just been obviously people that are not Jewish that are protesting, saying, stop genocide. There are also people who are Jewish that have been protesting the same thing. One group known as Jewish Voices for Peace, they've been very vocal about this. They have a hashtag trending going around called Not in Our Name, because they do not want, this to be on their hands, like what's happening to the Palestinian people. So they actually held a protest the other day in the halls of Congress. And Chuck Modi was there on the scene like he usually is doing the damn thing. He said, Jewish protesters for a free Palestine flood rotunda of the Cannon building, demanding ceasefire, chanting, not in our name. And this is something that really made Marjorie Taylor Greene angry. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. So as you can see there, right? So they have up the signs that say ceasefire again, calling for peace. But that has been a controversial thing as of late. Have you noticed that? Like, even if you call for peace with Russia and Ukraine, that's a problem, right? Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene decided to go live on Twitter yesterday while this was happening, and she's calling this an insurrection. And what she's trying to do is make the comparison to this between like what happened January 6th. Now, at first, I just thought, okay, she's just trolling or she's trying to make a point, that kind of thing. But she actually went pretty far with this. I'm going to show you how far she went with this. Like, I thought that she is serious. But let's get into this here. I want to make sure I pull it up. There we go. All right, listen to, here she goes. Uh-oh, we got to redo this again. This is Twitter for you. Hold on. Sometimes the Twitter videos just, or X, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so we have an insurrection happening in the Cannon building. This is the march outside, the pro-Palestinian march going on outside. And then we have this happening inside of our building. I'm going to take you guys down so you can see what's happening on the third floor. Literally, they've come in and taken over. This is insanity.
So let's stop here. So she said they came in and took over, right? So isn't this a police officer? Right? I mean, it's not, you see, there's police officers here, right? Okay, let's continue. I mean, where I come from, this is called a church service. Like, for real. I'm just keeping it real. If you ever go to, if you've never been to church in the South, okay, you go to church, especially down South, like this is what I call church. If you went to my mom's church, this is it. Everybody jamming. And how is she in danger? She's not in danger, right? Okay, let's continue.
This is where the press does all their hits. Of course they know what they're doing. They always know what they're doing.
So from what I can tell, no one is in danger. People are standing in a circle. They're chanting, they're singing. Like I said, this just reminds me, this is like a church service. Eric said if church was that cool, I might have gone once in a while. Yeah, man, we be jamming. We be jamming. I'm gonna tell you, we be jamming. Because like my mom's church, like especially like when I was growing up, Like my mom's church, like they have like guys played electric guitar, they got the drums, they got everything. Like it's a concert. It is a concert. I brought a friend to church with me one time when I was in high school, and she was scared. Like she was Catholic, and she wasn't used to that. And so I did try to warn her. I say, just let you know, my mom's church is going to be more lively than what you're used to. And I had been to mass before, so I tried to warn her. Maybe I didn't warn her enough. And I'll just speed it up here. So again, like I said, looks like what our pastor used to call song and worship, right? And now here's the protesters outside. Again, these are all these are Jewish voices, right? Coming out to protest. And I'm just fast forwarding because most of this she's just like showing outside. And then I think it froze there. But you guys get the point, right? Let me pause that. So you get the point. So so she goes further, right? Apparently she has a screenshot here of someone's cell phone, which looks very much Photoshopped to me. Like, I can't make this up. She says, I think this is supposed to be global intifada. It's an Arabic rebellion and uprising. Photo of one of the insurrectionist phones. These people are not for peace. Now, look at the phone, guys. Now, look at this. Now, I don't know about you. I'm going to go in a little bit further so you can see. Does this text looks Photoshopped to you? So it says, this doesn't even look real. So people were picking on her about this. They thought it was Photoshop, right? It says, back of the rally, trying to find you, back right if you face rally. Back of the rally next to the dirt path, walk straight back from Polish hot dog stand. So it sounds like to me, this is obviously someone trying to find another person at the rally. But what people were pointing out is that this looks Photoshop. It doesn't look like it's real. So let me come out of here, make that a little bit smaller. Okay. So you see that. Now, here's the other part. Then she says at FBI. Now, and I'm thinking to myself, the same FBI that MTG said abolish, that she wants to abolish the FBI. Now you want the FBI? I can't make this up, man. I can't make this up. This is why some people don't take her seriously. Yeah, she may make some good statements in reference to the funding, the wars, that kind of thing every now and then. But then, like I said, all you have to do is change the countries from Russia and Ukraine to Israel and Palestine, or you throw in China and they flip. So there's more. So here's another video. Oh boy, I got to tell you. So she said, watch Tlaib's aggressive insurrectionists come at me in Canaan today. So she's talking about Rashida Tlaib. After Hamas murdered and kidnapped innocent Israelis, this anti-Semite screams, let Gaza live, and claims, I have blood on my hands. Now, the Jewish people who are there were also saying, let Gaza live as well. So you see why she doesn't make any sense. Now Biden wants to give $100 million to Gaza to fund more Hamas terrorism. This shit is insane because she came out in support. She said on video that she supports Israel and standing by Israel and doing whatever we can do to help them. Now, she's against that for Ukraine, but she's not consistent. And this is the problem I think that people have with her. They're like, what you on today? So watch this video. Check this out.
The these people are not for peace. You can tell it's the same kind of movement that started with BLM, and it'll be the same kind of violent movement later on. They don't.
She said these people down here, by the way, those are Jewish people. So she said these people down here, she said they're not for peace. You can tell by the way they're chanting, they're going to be the same violent movement as BLM. Now let's talk about the hypocrisy. Because she was one of the people that defended January 6th, right? She defended that. People climbing up walls of the, I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. People climbing up raw walls of the building. Like, she defended that. And this is what I want to point out to you. Just because someone may be right on one issue, that doesn't mean they're consistent with that issue. What do I mean by that? Change the groups, change the organizations, change the parties, and all of a sudden their position changes. You see, it was okay when you had Trump supporters climbing walls and all that shit. That was okay. But now when you have Jewish people down there saying, not in our name, clapping, chanting, that kind of thing. Now, all of a sudden, these are violent people. Because see, when it's on the other side, it's a problem. Not being consistent is an issue. So when you see these types of statements made, I want you to ask yourself this question. Who are they defending? So for people like MTG that defended January 6th, who were the protesters at January 6th defending? They were defending Donald Trump, right? So they were defending her party. Who are the Jewish voices for peace? Who are they defending? Who are they standing up for right now? They're standing up for the Palestinian people, saying, no genocide, not in our name, let Gaza live. They're standing up for a group of people that doesn't exactly coalesce with the Republican Party. They're standing up for people who are Muslim. That's why she can say those things about Black Lives Matter organizers. She can say they're violent. She can say the Jewish Voices for Peace are violent, because that's against her party. That's against what she wants within her party and the party values. Now, this goes back to this question. Do we need to abolish all political parties? Because this is what continues to happen. People get pigeonholed within their party. And so they may be right on one issue, but once that issue is now a threat to their party and the political beliefs of their party, now they're against it. And I wonder how people would actually feel. I wonder what we would get from politicians, the words out of their mouths, if we did not have political parties. So let me continue here, but that's what she said. See,
it'll be the same kind of violent movement later on. They don't want peace. They want
Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Murderers go home. Murderers go home. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. End the genocide. End the genocide. End the genocide. End the genocide instead of funding it. Blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Let Gaza live.
Now, if they were really considered to be that much of a threat, you got a police officer here. You got a police officer right over here. Says Capitol Police on the back of the baseball cap. Looked like he was just chilling to me. What do you guys think? So this goes further. You know, there were people that were arrested, but I want to show you this because Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote a letter about this as well. Yes, she wrote a letter. It says, new Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene demands preservation of all records and video related to today's insurrection And it goes on to say, Dear Chief Manager, I am formally requesting that the U.S. Capitol Police preserve all video surveillance footage, photographic evidence, police reports, and arrest records from all House office buildings on October 18th, 2023. So that was yesterday. The group that organized the insurrection, Jewish Voice for Peace, is a pro-Islamic, anti-Semitic group. Let me pause. The name of the group is Jewish Voices for Peace. These are people who are Jewish. Both of these parties have co-opted the word anti-Semitic and they use it for their narrative when need be. They change it to what they want it to be to fit their narrative. This shit don't make no sense. I got to tell you, I'm careful with the language. I'm trying to get better about that. That seeks the destruction of the state of Israel according to the Anti-Defamation League. So Anti-Defamation League. So if you watch the interview I did with Katie Halper earlier today, Katie brought up the ADL. And the ADL is another one of these organizations where she said, again, they have like these lobbyists, they have these politicians like ADL, AIPAC, they have lobbyists, they have politicians in their back pocket, and they promote the Zionism rhetoric. So what is Marjorie Taylor Greene doing? And who is she getting money from? That's something we need to look into. I'm going to have to pull that up. It goes on to say, by launching an insurrection in the Capitol complex, these actors caused elevators to be shut down, staircases and hallways to be blocked. Didn't that same thing happen during January 6th? So it goes on to say exits to be made inaccessible and official legislative business to be obstructed, putting members of Congress, their staff, and Capitol visitors at risk. It seemed like you were walking around freely to me. Remember, she was live streaming on Twitter. She was walking down. She walked down the stairs. Looks like she walked up the stairs. Looked like you were free to move as can be. And then she goes on to say the Committee on House Administration must investigate this incident and review all footage and evidence provided by Capitol Police, and the insurrectionists involved must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And that's signed by her. It's amazing, isn't it? I want to pull up her funding. Because I remember when she was on Rising with the interview with Bree, she said that she doesn't take big money. So let's see. Let's see what she got going on here. I haven't gone on to Open Secrets in a while, so it's one of those moments that we're going to have to, let's do the damn thing. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up here. Let's see where she's getting her money from. This is 2024. So she coming up again for 2024. So let's go to, let's look at contributors. I'm sorry, it's kind of funny. Save America, Stop Socialism PAC. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's get serious. Let's do this by, don't want to do it by, oh no, largest amount. Okay, let's see who she getting money from. I hope you guys can see this pretty well. I think I got it pretty big on here. Okay, yeah, you can. Indexed Energy Services. Let's see. Uline. I'm not familiar with Uline is. I'll have to look them up. Bill Luke Chrysler Jeep Dodge, House Freedom Fund, Veggie Fresh Farms, Conifer Pacific Inc. I'm looking to see, she get money from SpaceX. I'm sorry. This is funny. Okay, InFact, Cedar Hill Farm, Pencore Services. Let's keep looking here. American Airlines. Let me go back up. Let's see if there's PACs. There is that Save America, Stop Socialism PAC. I can't even believe that's the name of a PAC. Oh, campaign committee only. Let's go back. 2022. Follow the money. Save America, Stop Socialism PAC. That just cracks me up. So for her 2022 election, she really was getting money for SpaceX, for real. No, she really was getting money from SpaceX. Uline sells business and office supplies. Interesting. House Freedom Fund. DTS Inc., South Carolina. Majority Committee PAC. Burger Busters. J.W. Childs Association. That one I might have to look at. Archer Auto Group. Textile, Rubber, and Chemical Company. I'm just looking to see. What's this about? Lobby firm. Okay, let me click on. I'm curious about this J.W. Childs. J.W. Childs Associates. Okay, they mainly give to Republicans. And it says, okay, who are you? No, I need to find out who you are. Summary. Well, you got a lot of money. Nope, that's not telling me who you are. And that bothers me. Let me go over here. J.W. Childs Associates. Investment firm. J.W. Childs Associates LP is a 28-year-old investment firm with a long history of private equity investing that is today focused on venture capital investments in biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and biotech. That's them. We're not going to go through all of them, but I was curious. What I was actually looking for, I was looking to see if she was getting money from APAC. Let's go to PACs. Political action committees, $42,000. Energy and natural resources is the negative for that one. Labor and ideological single issue. Let me see something else. All right, let me go to ideological single issue. Okay. Republican, conservative leadership PACs. Okay. It doesn't look like she's getting any money, because that's what I wanted to check and see if she was getting money from APAC, but it doesn't look like she is. But no, this J.W. Child Associates, these people, investment firm. I'll show this one and then that was kind of fun. I haven't done open secrets in a while. J.W. Childs Associates, it says here that they are a 28-year-old investment firm with a long history of private equity investing that is today focused on venture capital investments in biotechnology, pharmaceutical, and healthcare consumer products. We invest in a variety of ways: direct investments in companies, co-investments along external managers, and investments in the funds of investment managers that we regard as partners. Interesting. Got to check those things. But yeah, it's the hypocrisy of it all for me, guys. But it's interesting. Always fun times in Congress, right? Always fun times. I'll take that comment on Rockfin, Eric. Boop, boop, be-doop. Thank you so much for the comment on Rockfin, Roger. Yes, you can say it is the democratization of media, but all of that would have meant anything if it was not for their birth of the smartphone. The first smartphone, iPhone, is now 16 years old, is a 16-year-old teenager that's thinking for itself now. Watch out, people. In a few years, they'll be moving out of mommy and daddy's home and becoming independent. Whoa. And thank you for this tip as well. I had customers ask me if I study poli-sci or constitutional law. I was like, I actually went to school for information technology, but don't waste your money and time with that getting into debt over learning something that you could learn during your own, which is what I did. I think Marjorie was hoping for the other reaction. Just kidding. Sabby, just kidding. Jokes, Sabby, jokes. All right, let's go to some of these comments over here. Plant powered radio. I bet she got into, I'm gonna say crap. I bet she got into crap for the photo op with code pink. That's something I was wondering too, if that's why she's, I don't know. Thank you for the super chat. Duly noted. One of the press members was clapping her hands. Ah, you noticed that. Thank you, Ruby. Sabby, thank you so much for covering and informing us. I admire you so much. Me and my guy watch you all the time. Keep it up. Fight the fight. Thank you so much, Ruby. That's really sweet. Shout out to my comrade JB says, Sabby, here we see MTG being AOC for Halloween. That would be funny. Wouldn't it be? Oh my God. Wouldn't it be funny if AOC dressed up as Marjorie Taylor Greene and Marjorie Taylor Greene dressed up as AOC? Thank you, Roger. Sounds like your friend got haunted by the Holy Ghost. Thank you, Jamal. I hope those protesters don't get 15 plus years behind bars like some of those J6 guys did. I don't think they will. Thank you, Courtney. I'm the opposite of your student. The things I learned about politics, I learned from you and the rest of independent media. Oh, wow. Thanks, Courtney. Thank you, Perry. MTG's anti-Palestine racism flows from the same racism that killed Black people for generations, more so than the elite racism that Maddow represents. And thank you, Roger. Sabs, scroll down to source of funds. 73% of her funding does come from small dollars. She did say most of her funding came from small dollars on the Rising thing, but I still wanted to check.